Hey, resilient leaders. I'm back for a deep dive into part two of a 5-part series on the leadership integrity loop. As a quick recap, the leadership integrity loop is a diagnostic tool that helps us leaders identify where trust has weakened because we've come out of alignment in one of 5 connected segments, which are internal alignment, clear communication, aligned action, credible follow through, and reinforced trust. Now, trust is the greatest currency you have as a leader, but you can do things as a leader that can quietly erode trust. The leadership integrity loop helps you identify where you're not showing up as you should be. Last time I went deep on the first connected segment, which was eternal alignment. These are your values, your principles, your non-negotiables that define what type of leader you're going to show up each and every day. Today, I'm going to cover clear communication. Now, you might have experienced this scenario. You communicate a direction that you think is clear. Your team nods, but a few days later, everyone is moving in different directions. Your message was the same, but drove different outcomes. This is not an execution problem, and this is not necessarily a communication problem, but a clarity problem. Often, the assumptions made within your communication. I use the analogy of a compass to illustrate the leadership integrity loop, where north is your internal alignment. In keeping with that analogy, look at communication as east on the compass. East is visibility. It's where the sun rises. It's where your direction becomes visible to others. Because internal clarity means nothing until it's expressed. Clear communication is how you make your direction visible. It's how you say, this is what matters, this is why it matters, and this is who owns it. Without that, your team cannot follow what they cannot see. And that is where teams begin to drift in different directions. Another way to understand this is through the illustration of signal and noise. When communication is clear, the signal is strong, and the team moves with shared understanding. When communication is unclear, noise fills the gap. People interpret the message differently. One hears urgency, another hears flexibility, another hears your direction is optional. Same words, different meanings, ultimately where misalignment happens. Not because lack of capability, but because your team is operating from different interpretations. Now, as a peace-driven leader, you communicate differently, using 3 key questions to draw clarity not only internally, but also externally. First question, what matters the most right now? This creates focus. Second question, who owns the outcome? This creates accountability. And the third question, what does success look like? Creating a shared target creates alignment. Now, when those 3 are clear, you see as a leader needing less meetings, fewer corrections, more ownership from your team requiring you to step in less, and overall more clarity, which means less drift. Now, if these videos have resonated with you, I invite you to consider joining my recently launched Resilient Reset Leadership Inner Circle. This is exactly the type of work we're doing inside the Inner Circle, with a small group of leaders having real conversations, discussing real challenges, learning new concepts, and transforming the way we lead. Ideally, becoming a peace-driven leader. If you're interested, send me a direct message. Now, let me leave you with this. The next time something goes off track on your team, I want you to pause and ask 3 questions. Was my priority clear? Was ownership defined? Was success understood the same way? And notice what you'll find. Lastly, Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Thank you and stay resilient.